Good evening everyone. Myself Vinay from 4th semester ISC department. Today I am going to explain about classes and objects. Let us understand the concept of class and objects. Here school is there. In school grade 1, grade 2 up to so on grade 10 students are there. Grades means standards. Some people called grade as standard like standard 1, standard 2 up to so on standard 10 etc. Here see student 1, student 2, student 3. These are grade 10 students. They have different names, different personalities, and they are different from each other. But the two things are common in them are they belongs to same grade and same school. Let's relate these things with our programming. Here assume school as our program. The program is divided into different classes. Our program as divided into class 1, class 2, class 3. Each classes having different objects like class 1 having different objects like student 1, student 2, student 3. And this like as this type every classes having different objects. Then see, let us see what is class. A class in C++ is the building block that leads to object oriented programming. It is a user defined data type which holds its give own data members and member functions, which can be accessed and used by creating an instance of that class. A C++ class is like a blueprint for an object. A class is a user-defined data type which has data members and member functions. Data members are the data variables and member functions are the functions used to manipulate these variables, and together these data members and member functions defines the properties and behavior of the objects in a class. Then let us see example for the class. Consider the class of cars. There may be many cars with different names and brand, but all of them will have share some common properties like all of them will have four wheels, speed, limit, mileage range, etc. So here car is the class and wheels, speed, speed limits, mileage are their properties. In the above example of class car, the data member will be speed limit, mileage, etc. And member functions can be apply brakes, increased speed, etc. Then let us see what is the syntax of the class. The general form of class declaration is class name, and open curly bracket, access specifier. Access specifier like public, private, these things seen upcoming slides. Data means data member, functions means member functions. Closed with closed curly bracket with the semicolon. Then a class definition starts with the keyword class, followed by the class name and the class body, enclosed by a pair of curly braces. A class definition must be followed either by a semicolon or a list of declarations. Then let us see the example for how to declare the class. For example, we define the class box data type using the keyword class as follows. Class box is a class name, open curly braces, public is a access specifier, and here see double is the data type and length is the variable means data member. Double is the data type, breadth is the variable. Double is the data type, height is the variable. Means these are data members of the class box, and close with the closed curly bracket with semicolon. Then let us see what is object. In C++, object is a real world entity. For example, chair, car, pen, mobile, laptop, etc. In other words, object is an entity that has state and behavior. Here, state means data and behavior means functionality. Object is a runtime entity. It is created at runtime. Object is an instance of a class. All the members of the class can be accessed through object. Then let us see how to declare the objects. When a class is defined, only the specification for the object is defined. No memory or storage is allocated. To use the data and access functions defined in the class, you need to create objects. The syntax for the declaring objects is class name and object name ended with semicolon. Then let us see the example for how to declare the objects. We declare objects of a class with exactly the same sort of declaration that we declare variables of basic types. Following statements declare two objects of class box. Box1, box2. Here box is the class name and box1 is the object name. Box is the class name, box2 is the object name. Here we declare the objects. Declare box1 of type box, declare box2 of type box. Both of the objects box1 and box2 will have their own copy of data members. Then let us discuss the access specifiers. Here access specifier has three types: private, public and protected. Let us assume our mobile as an access specifier. Suppose you have a smartphone whose screen is password locked. Here see, with respect to our mobile, if no one knows the password except you, then it is like private. If you and your friend knows the password of your mobile, then it is like protected. Public means if everyone knows the password of your mobile, then it is public. Then let us understand the definition of access specifiers. The class members are grouped into sections: private, protected, and public. These keywords are called access specifiers, which define the accessibility or visibility level of class members. Then, what is private? Private is a type of access specifier which cannot be accessed outside the class, but can be accessed by the member functions of the class. Then, what is protected? Protected is a type of an access specifier which can be accessed when we use inheritance. Then what is public? Public is a type of an access specifier which allows functions or data to be accessible to other parts of the program. Then let us see the example for access specifiers. Here see class, my class. My class is a class name. Open with the open curly bracket. Public is an access specifier. Int x, it is a public attribute, means data member of the class. Then private is an access specifier. Then int y, it is a data type and y is an private attribute, means data member of the class. And closed curly bracket and ended with the semicolon. Then it is a main function of integer data type started with open curly bracket. Then my class, my object, it is a declaration of object. My class is a class name, my object is a object name. My object dot x equals to 25. Can we access the or call the data member using the object and dot operator, and we initialize the value of 25. Here x is an public access specifier, therefore it can be accessed from outside the class. Then my object dot y, here my object is an object and y is a data member and it is a dot operator. Here we call the data member by using data member y by using object name and dot operator and initialize the value y as 50, but it is not allowed from the class because it is a private access specifier. It cannot be accessed only by member of the function of class. Then return 0 closed with the closed curly bracket. Let us execute this program. Here find the Yeah, here see my object dot y equals to 50. Here y is an private access specifier, therefore it is not allowed from the outside the class. Yeah, here see an example for programming. It is including classes and objects. With we write the programming with respect to classes and objects. Hash include IO stream. It is a input output stream. We include it in our program. Then hash include string. It is a library function because we using string name. Here we using strings, so that's why we include string library function. Then using namespace std. It is used in the situation when you might be writing some code that has a function called xyz. And there is another library available which is also having same function xyz. Now the compiler has no way of knowing version of xyz function you are referring to within your code. A namespace is designed to overcome this difficulty and is used as additional information to differentiate similar functions, classes, variables, etc. with the same name available in different libraries. In essence, a namespace defines a scope. Then here class is a class, school is a class name. Then private is an access specifier. We need write class and name of class. In this case, class name is school. Class is divided into two parts. For variables declaration means data members declaration, and for function declaration. Then string is a data type and name is an variable means data member. Integer is a data type and marks is an variable means data member. Then public is an access specifier which can be accessed from outside the class. Void get data, it is an member function, and void display underscore data, it is also a member function. Then closed curly bracket ended with the semicolon. Your class is closed. Then void school underscore scope resolution operator get data. When we define the class, when we define the member function from outside the class, we write the syntax as data type, class name, scope resolution operator, get data. Get data means member function. Yeah, here open curly braces. Cout. See, here cout is an standard output stream which is used to print the output statement in the monitor. Then it is an extraction operator. It is an insertion, sorry, it is an insertion operator. Then double quotes, enter student name. It is a statement. Then closed with the double quotes, and the insertion operator endl is an new line character, which after after executing this statement, the control will goes to next line. Then C is seen as seen is a standard input string which is used to read the input from a standard input device like keyboard. Name is an variable. We enter the name from the keyboard. Then cout enter student marks. Endl is an new line character. Then cin marks. Here we enter the name and enter the marks and close with the closed curly bracket. While school and scope resolution operator display underscore data. Here void is an data type, school is an class name, and scope resolution operator and member function. Open curly bracket, cout insertion operator, double quote student name. Then it is a statement. It is print as it is because it is in double quotes. Then we enter the name here, so it printed as it is. Then endl is a new line character. Then the control print the statement this. Then the control goes to next line. Cout, it is an insertion operator. double quote student marks. Then marks endl. Endl is a new line character. Then the control prints this statement as it is, and then control goes to next line. Then closed curly bracket. Here main function is there. Open curly bracket. School student 1 student 2. School is an class name. Student 1 student 2 are objects names. Here we declaring the objects. Student 1 dot get data. Here the dot operator is used. Here we calling a function. Here we calling the get data member function from outside the class in the main function. Here the dot operator is used to call function. Here we are calling get data function using student 1 as object. Then student 2 dot get data. Here student 2 is an object and dot operator. Then get data is a member function. Like this we calling a function. Like this we calling a function member function as display data. Student 1 with respect to student 1 we calling the display data member function. With respect to student 2 we calling the display data member function using object name as student 1 and student 2 and dot operator. Then return 0. Then because integer data type is used, then for we write return 0. Then we write close bracket. Then we compile this program. Your student name as Raju and marks as 65. Then student name as second student name as Ramu. Then we enter the student marks as 85. Here we see the output. First student name is student 1 name as Raju and student 1 marks is 65. Then student 2 name is Ramu. Then student 2 marks is we entered 85. The output shows student 1 name is Raju, student marks is 65. Then student 2 name is Ramu. Then student 2 marks is 85. Thank you.